Batwoman issue 2. Margaret Bennett and James Tynion the Fourth. I'm calling him Tynion. It's James the Fourth.
James the Fourth.
Yeah, they're writing, and Steve Epstein's on art, and of course the art was gorgeous again because Epstein knows how to draw a goddamn book.
Yeah, he doesn't even have that much to do in this one, yet it's still just gorgeous.
Yeah, basically this was I think this was an important issue in the sense of like setting up the backstory of this, because we got a lot of teasing in the first one and it kind of set up the emotion of it, but this one was like, oh, here's some actual facts about what's going on. So Sophia, who's this woman that Kate had like a relationship with on this island, she like ran this place and kept all these different kind of criminals, maybe not villainous quite, but criminal entities at bay in this.
Yeah, they all live in the Grey.
Yeah.
Like it's a Mos Eisley kind of a place.
Yeah, and it's almost like this is like a Switzerland-like island where it's kind of like safe zone, and she kept track of it and kept control of everyone. So when Knife shows up in this issue, after Batwoman's tending to the guy from the last issue who's like bleeding out and dying, Knife shows up and fights, and she recognises like, oh wait, I know who you are. You were Tamani, I think her name was, from back when Tahani, back when I first came here, and she lights this torch, and like Knife's like, oh, they're not around anymore, they're not coming, and then all these like criminal heads show up again to sort of like save the day almost, like they still answered the call. And
they got there pretty quick, didn't they?
They did. Well,
I think they were already there.
Yeah, they're still on the island, obviously, but they came out of their hiding to come and help when they saw the torch. But it sets up this sort of mixed relationship that Kate has with them, because as Knife alludes to, their perfect existence ended because of Kate. Like her time there, when she left, that's when this all crumbled down.
Yep.
And that's when the corporations come in, which is who Knife is working for. She's working for this corporation, and we see them for the first time at the end of the issue. They're two seemingly very evil and slimy bosses, man and a woman.
Yeah, seem related in some way.
Brother sister maybe, possibly a couple.
I was thinking brother sister.
I was getting that vibe.
Very very Fenris.
Is it weird? Is it weird that I look at them and go, I'm getting brother and sister, but I'm getting incestuous brother and sister. Rather than,
I don't know. I don't think they stand close enough for that. There's always space between them.
So just see where Pete's mind goes. Come on now. Anyways, I like that this island's become like, it's like a Shangri-La. Like, it's by itself, and it's like this perfect existence, and you forget about the outside world, and then Kate comes and somehow screws it all up. Like,
let's not brush over the fact that Knife chops off that dude's hand.
Yeah.
And you get the close-up of it, of the hand coming off, but then in the next panel, the hand's just on the floor.
Yeah.
Like, it's just there for the rest of the scene.
So, also, where did Sophia go? Right?
Yeah, where is she?
Yeah.
We don't know.
And why?
Do you know what I like about this? I like that it's setting up...
What's so special about this island? Right?
Yeah. I like that it's setting up this backstory for Kate. It's giving her own cast of characters that are completely separate from Gotham and the Batman world. It's just her. This is unique to her. And it sets up this villainous corporation, this team of like anti-hero like allies she might be able to rely on. Like it gives her all her own stuff that I think that she didn't really have before so much. I mean, she had a backstory with her father and her sisters, sure, but this really gives her own world to like inhabit.
Yeah, I feel like in the same way that Nightwing, taking him out of Gotham is what really helps make him his own man. This is kind of doing the same for Kate here. Taking her out of Gotham, just doing, right, let's do something else somewhere else entirely, and let's build from scratch, and it works. Yeah,
I don't think there's any concepts it introduces here. I mean, obviously, we're not super deep in all these like criminals yet. We get a little description at the start, but I'm assuming we'll learn about some of them more as we go, as they become more relevant, and maybe what type of relationship they might have with Kate. Well, there's the one guy, the bald guy, who can't talk. He just uses sign language, by the looks of it.
Yeah.
Because the other person jumps in and starts explaining what he's saying. The corporation is the Kali Corporation.
Kalima.
I shall have to remember.
But what is it? The 8 hands.
Yeah.
8 hands. Yeah.
Yeah. I realise that when they go into the boardroom at the end and they speak to Knife, the big plaque kind of thing on the wall with just the 8 hands in the circle with the eye gem thing in the middle.
Yeah.
It's a cool image.
So what I like as well, I like that when it goes to this corporation, the colour scheme completely changes. It turns to golds and blacks and yellows, and It's almost like, yeah, we're rich people. Like, all that before was all dark with hints of red for blood. Like, that's the dangerous territories. In here, we are the 1%. This is nothing but gold and that kind of stuff. And
John was also, I think,
more
is
dangerous.
a weird choice on their part for their logo of these 8 hands. They're all right hands.
Because
there's not pairs. It's always the right hand.
do you think they're like racist towards lefties? But no, just another thing I like about the whole stuff when we go to the corporation, the Kali corporation, is the who are thinking are brother and sister. I like that they turn around in unison at one point. You know, they're talking to their assistant behind them, and again, this idea that everything's like structured and regal and formed and everything's in the same time. Like, it gives that sense of
It's
unison.
in the same way as I think it's like just a couple of panels later after they turn around, they open the doors together. Like they each has one side.
And everything on that page, like obviously the assistant aside at the top, all those panels, they're all symmetrical in that sense, where they're walking up the stairs together and the walls are the same on either side, and then they open the door at the end. And even the next page actually is symmetrical.
Yeah, exactly. That final panel where they're just the lower half of their faces.
Yeah. With the evil smiles, like, Kate Kane's pretty little throat.
Yeah.
So they've got a grudge to pay. I'm expecting Sophia will be part of this corporation. She's turned evil. That'd be my guess at this point. I could be completely wrong, but that would just be my stab in the dark.
Or this corporation drove her out.
Yeah. So.
But how?
Yeah.
That's the question.
Yeah. So no, I really like Batwoman issue 2. I think it's a solid series so far. I'm looking forward to see where it goes.